If you don't play this game, don't worry, you might enjoy me anyway, as I say what I feel about situations within games. So stay here for a bit as we look at what's new on the game EVE Echoes. Boys and girls, man and woman, weekly Q&A is here. But first, weekly Q&A with Sheev. Yeah, no, this is the first time and it's a little bit corny, but I really felt this question was special. And if you want your questions answered here, then just ask them in the comments. I will as a habit pick one or several that I will answer in videos in the future. So ask me a question and you know, I might feature just you. Now this week's question to me was, Sheev, why do you make so many different videos? It's better to stick to one game or one subject to build your YouTube. And of course, somehow I showed my best side and I lost the name somewhere. But I will give you a striker as a compensation, if you can resurrect my memories in the comments. But thank you for that tip, sir. The reason for me is quite simple. I felt I wanted to share my experience and I don't think that one game can define what I do. You see, I try not to only express my feelings for one game, I try to show who I am and I try to tell people that it's fine to switch games, take breaks and come back. So in order to reach out and try to touch your souls, honestly I do try to make an impression so you never ever forget me. As a normal gamer to another, this is the way I think shows more sides to me than if I only did, for example, EVE Echoes videos. I hope this is a good enough answer for you, my good sir. And now of course the weekly Q&A for EVE Echoes. This is where we can get a glimpse about what the future holds, or at least been tricked into thinking that we have our praise answered sometime. Question number 1. Netties Wardenite. Are there any plans to increase the weekly amount of amethysts cones that can be purchased? 20 per week is simply insufficient to cover 7 days of 8 hours max per day. To cover this, it should need 56 cones and we only are provided with 20. The answer to that one is the current number of amethyst cones being released aligns with our expectations, so we probably wouldn't make any increase for it, at least now. However, we will keep an eye on the relevant data and feedback for adjustment. Let me understand this right. You cannot change the amount of amethysts on daily limits. The amethysts that are account bound, the amethysts that can't be traded, the amethyst that has no effect except making you able to use the AI core that you already bought so that you can use it to its full potential. Actually, this makes no sense. Unless this is a bad way to try to limit our already weak AFK income. Sure, we get some free amethysts now and then, and you can buy some extra at the Concord store. You also get some through Concord Pass, if I believe right. And altogether, it probably ends up being at least the amount that you need every week if you blast the game 8 hours every day with AI. But isn't it a weird way to handle the situation that could have been solved just by adding a few more amethysts for people? Please never let me say amethysts again. Question number 2. Also Netties Waternights. Any plans for events where you reward PvP kills? This to increase ship destruction and create more opportunity for industry. This will still not help as long as we have industry. Prices of items are in all-time high and players leave the game. Can I have what you're smoking? Prices are at all-time low, not high. I've been in the game since beta and this is very low. I even have videos where I show the item values years back. Check them out. But sure, a few items are better valued now, so sell those. But generally the items are not even worth picking up. You also say let the industry have the chance to build more ships. Let PvP players fly their ships aggressively so that they can buy new ships, modules and rigs. Let miners explore and have more business to supply the public. Let lower earning players a chance to play the game and a chance to enjoy the game. Yeah, do that, Netties. Give us several and different purposes to pick and choose what we wanna do. Slow and steady income or fast and risky endeavors. Shouldn't be too hard. And they say, we will regularly release PvP and PvE content to meet the needs of different pilots. They will be released gradually in the future. We are committed to introducing new content to cater to different playstyles. Stay tuned for updates. Alright, this sounds good, but I feel like we heard this before. But of course they haven't really pointed it out like this. So I do think we get this in time, but I have to be honest and say that I think they still don't know how to do it. So Netties, watch my videos and take some ideas. It's fine. Show don't tell, Netties, show don't tell. The next question is, hello devs, I was wondering if we can add AI core for mining barges that allow them to harvest ores and drop them at the station they choose. Thank you in advance. Now, so they have said that they will actually add this long time ago, so I assume that it's on the way. If not, then they probably say like in the future, which means not yet. They say, hey, thank you for bringing up the idea of an AI core for mining. That's interesting. It's actually something we have been discussing internally. We'll assess its feasibility, and if it checks out, we will introduce it in the game at the right time. So it's discussing time and then it's implementing time. So next summer, champions. Number 4. As a pilot who flies several ships with different combat capabilities, I run different weapon systems to hit from various ranges. Interesting. Are there any plans in place to tweak the auto orbit feature to differentiate between the ships with different strike zones? Yes, I'm aware I can easily just orbit each target manually, but it is nice whilst out ratting to set and forget. I'm not sure if it means that it's annoying to set manual orbit or that his preset of orbit, depending on the weapon system, ain't working properly. I always set my orbit personally, and in PvP I do it several times during the same fight. The answer is currently the orbit feature is designed to operate based on a single weapon. Using multiple weapons is more complex. To avoid system misjudgment causes losses, we hope pilot prioritize manual operations. Oh, so he wanna mix the guns. Now there's no benefit of doing that. Man, I'd rather fly a little bit off my fall off than using different guns on a single ship. So yeah, just learn how to handle your guns and the range. And I believe that was it. So with no events going on and no real direction here and there, we just have to wait again. And I have to say, it was honestly quite boring questions this week. But I'll see you guys again.